Hello, everyone. GameGoddessFee here. What's wrong with my hair? Anyway, we are back today with more Ace Attorney, and I do have a boy. All right, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do this other part of the case. I wanted to do it tonight, so I said, well, go ahead. Let's go ahead and do it. He says it's going to be a long one, not too long, but he wanted to go ahead and get on with it. So, yeah, I guess we can go ahead and do that. I hope you all have a wonderful Friday. It's the weekend. I'm so happy.
It's Friday? What kind of drunk ain't we know?
You don't know it's Friday?
Oh, I thought it's Thursday.
Oh, my goodness. You thought it was Thursday?
Yeah.
Why you think it's Thursday? Don't take me back. I'm not going back. Anyway.
Yesterday was Christmas, right?
No. But yesterday was the day after Christmas. But yeah, this boy got his day switched up because that's what he get for being out of school. But yeah, let's go. All right. Come on. All right, so Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth, episode 5, Turnabout Ablaze, middle, the Yatagarasu's true identity. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. March 14th, 11:33 p.m. Theatrum Neutralis lobby.
Agent Lang.
Lang says, little cubs never do, they know that.
You good? Nah.
Nah, man, wait, my throat. Lang says, little cubs never do, they know that.
That's a typo, bro. Never do they know the real furry of the elder wolves.
Because never do they know the... Hello? Huh?
Yeah, what kind of junk is that?
Never do they know the real fury of the elder wolves.
That sentence makes no grammatical sense.
Never do they know the real fury of the elder wolves.
There should be a period right there at the very
They got a
least.
comma right here.
That is not a proper sentence. That's a run-on sentence right there. I don't care, bro. Anyway,
Lang says, little cubs never do they know the real furry of the elder wolves.
these quotes are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. Right, Edward, anyway. And what does that mean?
It means that you'll never really know how angry I can get. Mr. Prosecutor. The counterfeit bills made with Ablaze ink. They were all of zinc fraud denominations.
Yes, so I heard from Miss Von Karma.
But we don't know where they play. I'm starting off wrong. But we don't know where their play money has gone.
They must not have figured out that it was all burnt yet. All burnt yet. I can't talk tonight.
We need to get it together.
Okay.
Ever since those things showed up in circulation, my country's economy has taken a big hit. Zingfa is in financial chaos as we speak. Because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. But it's not just the money. The citizens are also worried. I've staked the honor on the House of Lang on this. And I've come to this land to capture the mastermind behind this whole thing. I investigated how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Zingfa. And I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer.
Agent Lang,
Don't start. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Ambassador Alba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight.
Oh, no. It is I who should apologize. It was all because I was not strong enough. If only I was able to think of a better solution. Goodness, you idiot! Curse your empty brain!
You're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I take full responsibility for tonight. End of story. Sheena, let's go. Time to return to our den.
Yes. I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but to go home as well.
Agent Lang, a moment of you. Yo, Wolfman and the secretary lady, hold it! Objection, pal!
Detective Gumshoe, have you got the results of the handwriting analysis already?
Yep, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Cochin, sir.
Just as I thought. Good work, Detective.
The Damascus 2 note requests to steal the Primadux statue. Handwriting matches that of Manny Cochin, and it's been updated in my organizer.
Organizer.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, how long do you intend to hold us up for?
Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Agent Sheena, I'd like to ask you something, if you don't mind.
Yes?
How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagarasu when you were in the neighboring room to where Mr. Cochin was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us.
What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor! What are you doing asking her about something she didn't see?
Agent Lang hasn't touched the Babal investigation at all, so I suppose I will need to explain a few things to him first.
Mouse Edgework. I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours.
The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth.
Oh, it sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well, I'll supervise you until the end.
Huh? Oh, is she seriously going to treat me as a subordinate for the rest of the day?
You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some flimsy guess, are you?
I'm not trying to pick a fight, and the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you will see.
Huh, I should have known.
You said, what's up, S-Man? And, what's up, Gang Creed 81? What's up, Yeety? How y'all doing tonight?
But you and I are destined to fight it out to the very end.
It would appear that way.
Yeah, that's the S-Man.
I am the yes-man. Well, I'll prove her innocence. So let's see.
Okay, I missed it.
Well, I'll prove her innocence. So let's see what you've got, Miss Prosecutor.
I can't say this.
Well, I'll prove her innocence. So let's see what you've got, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
With pleasure. For my opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babal, and establish exactly who it was that Kay saw. Agent Lang, I assume you've been briefed on Kay's testimony?
You mean the suspicious person in a coat that she saw?
That's right. That person is one of the keys to solving this case. The person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu.
Pretended? And what do you mean by that?
I'll get to that in a second. But first, I want to review what K's mystery person did. K, if you could please explain for us what the person you were chasing did.
Okay, you got it. I first spotted the suspicious person near the opening air stage on the Ablaze side. I called out to the person, but as soon as I did, the person ran off. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase.
For the sake of argument, let's call the suspicious person the Yatagarasu. Now, please tell us what happened when you chased the Yatagarasu up to the 3rd floor.
Can do. I chased the Yatagarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Ablaze embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The Yatagarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagarasu run into Mr. Coach's office. I gave chase and ran into the room. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... Who's there? By the time I had turned on the lights, the Yatagarasu had disappeared.
When K entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Why do you suppose that was, Agent Lang?
What do you mean by why do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? The person slipped out through the door behind a girl under the cover of the darkness.
Objection!
Sorry, but I know for a fact that the person didn't escape through that door.
Oh? And how do you know that with such certainty?
Humph, that's easy. If the Yatagarasu had left through that door, they would have run right into this person. Would they run into?
Okay.
Nope.
Oh, bad.
No. What? No.
I don't hold on.
Who came?
I don't know what situation they're talking about.
Who? All right. The K chasing the Yatagarasu.
Mm-hmm.
Yatagarasu disappears. What happens immediately after that?
Mr. Coachin?
No, he's dead.
I don't know. I forget.
Sheena comes to arrest her.
Huh?
Sheena comes to arrest her.
Oh.
So, if the Yatagarasu, hypothetically, tried to escape, he would have bumped into Sheena.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Take that!
Your answer is Sheena?
Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if the Yatagarasu had used the door. When Kay screamed upon discovering Mr. Cochin's body, the Yatagarasu would have run right into Agent Sheena, who was in the next room over. Agent Sheena, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question?
No, I didn't see anyone.
You see.
Hold on.
You see. You see. You see. Not so fast. You see. Wait, I didn't finish my sentence, man. You see. Therefore, the Yatagarasu could not have escaped through the door as not so fast.
It just means that the creep slipped out before Sheena made it out into the hallway.
Objection!
I doubt that, as there was another person in that hallway, a certain detective. Detective Gumshoe, where were you exactly at that time?
Me, sir? Well, when I heard Kay scream, I ran towards Mr. Coach's office from the opposite direction of Agent Sheena, sir.
So, Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have ended both of them? Eluded? Who shot me? Anyway. You ended them? Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route. Oh!
Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. You nailed him with just an explanation of what happened.
Yes, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. But this is far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well of yet another possible escape route the Yatagarasu could have taken.
I get it. So that's what you were trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door is not a viable escape route, then there must have been another way out.
Precisely.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to bust out our revolving fireplace wall explanation, right?
No, not quite yet.
Huh? But why? I thought this would be the perfect time.
The revolving wall on the bubbly side is known only to 4 people. And if we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end.
What's with all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics?
Nothing of the sort, Agent Lang. Come, let's continue where we left off.
That smug, haughty attitude of yours. You really rubbed me the wrong way, you know that? Humph. Well, no matter. I figured you out already anyway. The only other possible escape route besides the door is the room's lone window. And since an eerie picture said escape route exists, are you saying that this photo captures the moment of the Yatagarasu's escape?
I guess Detective Bad must have filled him in on this photo. I have to admit that at first, I thought the window to be a possible escape route as well. However, I now know that to be impossible.
Now, I realize you may not know this, but humans can't fly!
Of course I know that! That's bloody common sense! Besides, I never says I thought the photo to be the Yatagarasu's escape route.
I suppose not. Alright then, explain yourself.
The shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu that Kay was chasing after.
You can say whatever you'd like in whatever language you want. But there's only one language I really understand. The language of evidence.
Very well then. I present to you proof that the person Kay saw is not the same as the one in this photo. Ooh.
Yes.
Nope. You can read that, yeah, that's useful.
Right, so it says the first fire at the Beverly's Embassy occurred during a Jimmy Ninja show. The fire occurred on the 4th and 5th floors, and it took until the end of the show to put the fire out.
Mm-hmm.
The second fire at the Beverly's Embassy occurred after the Jimmy Ninja show. The fire occurred on the 3rd floor, and Mr. Coach's office caught fire doing this. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
What I'm trying to present.
You can present that. Present the badge.
Where'd that thing go? Right here.
No!
Where it was? What did I
Right.
click on?
Right. That's left. Over. Yeah. No. No.
What?
Left.
This it?
No, left. That.
Oh, I ain't know. Anyway, I forgot what I had clicked on.
Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu case are. Case spotted the Yatagarasu heading for the 3rd floor during the 2nd fire. However, the photo in question was taken just after the 1st fire.
Yeah, way to go. That's twice you bit him in the behind now.
We're not done yet! You still have to explain what the shadow is! And how the Yatagarasu escaped! I don't suppose you can answer both, can you?
Regarding the photo, I admit that we don't understand what it means quite yet.
Ha! As I thought!
However, the Yatagarasu's escape route, now that I can answer.
You can? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on, enlighten me!
Hold it!
Even if I explain it, you'll try to find some flaw with what I have to say. You were busy heading up the Alabashan investigation, correct? In that case, I doubt you'd have much knowledge about the Ablaze side of the case. So wouldn't it be best if the lead on that side, Agent Sheena, explained it in my stead?
Sheena's my subordinate! If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eyes and call myself her boss?
Lang is alright. I can take care of him.
Sheena!
You've shielded me a lot as my boss. But it's time for me to prove my worth.
Alright, if you're okay with it, then you have my support.
Finally, it's down to just Agent Sheena and myself. This is where the battle really begins.
Now then, what is it you'd like to ask?
Let's see. Why don't we start with your movement inside the Ablaze embassy?
Sheena's movements. During the first Ablaze fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that had appeared in Babal. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that girls Yatagarasu even exists. And that is all I have to say. But I'm not fibbing when I say I saw the suspicious person run into Mr. Coach's office. Like I said earlier, I have no intention of retracting my testimony. Good.
Just to confirm, did you have a partner when you were on your investigation?
No, I moved alone.
In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi. Is that correct?
Are you calling her suspicious because she was in a room by herself? How pathetic!
And it wasn't when Agent Sheena tried to arrest Kay under the same rationale? And how about when you accused Larry because he was the weapon's owner?
Not that it's unexpected for that useless lump to get into such a situation. Although I suppose it's never a good idea to let mistakes go uncorrected.
I'll make no excuse for what I did in that situation. And you should apologize right now for making Kay out to be the killer, pal! I'm sorry. Sheena, apologize.
I'm sorry. It's really okay. I mean, I'm not under suspicion anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I never doubted you. Not for 1 second.
And the same goes for me. I believe in Sheena.
And let's put that to the test and see if she is really worthy of your trust.
This promises to be interesting. Rebuttal, Sheena's movements. During the first Ablaze fire, I insisted in putting out the fire.
So you have helped with the fire extinguishing effort.
I was in charge of the police on the Ablaze side, so I helped them with their work.
Police doing the job of firemen. You really know how to work people.
She sure does. That's because she's one awesome woman who knows how to manage.
I guess so. She always bringing you a business card or a scroll at the... My tongue got tied twisted. I guess so. She always bringing you a business card or a scroll at just the right time. To prepare everything before I'm ordered to. That is the definition of a secretary.
She kinda seems more capable than Agent Lang, doesn't she?
At the very least, she's certainly more capable than you, Detective.
Oh, I kinda had a feeling you were going to say that. Sheena's more than just a capable secretary, you know. Sheena, tell him what other things you're good at.
So, Dave, how's it going? Happy Friday to you. All right. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that had appeared in Babal.
By the second fire, you mean the one that consumed the third floor of Babal, correct?
Yes, that was when that suspicious person was spotted in Babal. Then you were after the same person in the long coat that I was after. Oh, that's me. There is no proof that the suspicious person was really the Yatagarasu, because no one was able to get a good look at the person's face.
By the way, how was your team's investigation?
In order to extinguish the fire, water was pumped into the third floor via the windows. So the majority of the investigators conducted their searches on the other floors.
Maybe they did, but there was one person who was wandering around lost on the third floor. Cause he's a big baby who can't follow directions.
When the fire was pretty much out, I moved to investigate the third floor.
And you did that alone?
Yes. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over.
So you were in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office?
I already told you I was earlier. As I was examining the neighboring room, I heard that girl's shrill scream. Upon hearing her, I immediately ran towards Mr. Cochin's office.
Wherein you proceeded to arrest her, as I recall.
Yes, I did.
But she was totally innocent, pal! I thought we had already cleared that up!
And I thought I had already apologized for my behavior. Now, if the tenacious detective would be so kind as to be quiet.
I have to agree. Right now is not the time to take issue with that.
Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth!
But what I do take issue with is the fact that you didn't see the Yatagarasu, Agent Sheena.
The prosecutors of this country are all so strange. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu.
You were unable to catch even a glimpse, despite being in the next room? Is that true?
I really hate to repeat myself.
I'm sorry for inconveniencing you. However, I simply wish to make sure that you are not misremembering something. We wouldn't want you to be accused of fibbing later on, would we?
Mr. Prosecutor.
Say it again. I gotta say it again? Okay. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor! Are you calling Sheena's testimony a fib?
Agent Lang, I'm talking with Agent Sheena right now. So I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't interrupt us with superfluous comments.
You know, I feel kind of bad for him.
I understand his pain at watching one of his subordinates being accused. However, I cannot turn my eyes from the truth.
Lang, am I right? And as for you, I think you should be focusing your doubts on that girl rather than me.
And why is that?
To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical of that. Skeptical of that girl's Yatagarasu even exists. Oops. I didn't.
You skipped the dialogue, mother.
You skipped the dialogue. You didn't press her. You want me to read it?
I just go ahead, hold on.
You can speed it up by pressing A and B, but okay.
Hold it!
You're throwing K's words into doubt again.
Well, she does claim to be the Yatagarasu, right? And she did try to chase down the Yatagarasu, despite being just an average citizen.
Actually, she came here with the goal of capturing the fake Yatagarasu.
That's right, which is why I would never feel about anything related to the Yatagarasu. And I suppose you have proof of that somewhere? Not quite, but even without any, I have people who believe in me, and that's enough. I see.
K's testimony is without flaw, but as for yours, well, let's just say that I find your testimony to be a bit suspicious. There seems to be a very large flaw in her testimony.
Oh, then why don't you show her using what we found out with Little Thief?
I will, in due time. The escape route of the Yatagarasu that K was in pursuit of. If it turns out that it really does lead right to Agent Sheena, and what is it that she is truly keeping us right now? I said that wrong, kind of wrong. Anyway.
Alright, let me see. Is she assisting in putting out the fire?
Yes, but she was also in the other room, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out which statement. Why, how is she doing all this? Is she in the other room? Ask this man, is he gonna download that game for me?
No, I'm not finna download. I can't. I went down there. I tried. Yeah, I know his. I know his court number. It's.
I can wish it.
Really, dude? Which one of these statements?
For
Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu.
Yatagarasu.
Oh,
Yep.
I'm pressing the wrong buttons.
You want a hot dog? Look good. I tried one myself.
Where are we?
That.
This right here.
Mhm.
being in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office is the problem with your testimony.
Mr. Prosecutor, I don't see what problem you're talking about at all!
Agent Lang, do you recall the secret we discovered about the Ella Bastion office fireplace?
Huh? Oh, you mean how it connects to the office with the room next door? What about it?
Well, Alabast isn't the only country with secret connecting fireplaces. The fireplace in Mr. Cochin's office holds the exact same secret.
What?
The Yatagarasu didn't escape through the door to the room or the window. The escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall and into the next room over.
Stop!
Now do you see? If the Yatagarasu had escaped into the next room, then the thief would have run straight into Agent Sheena. Meaning that it's impossible for her to have missed the Yatagarasu.
What is the meaning of this, Mouse?
Well, would you care to explain, Agent Sheena? How you managed to completely miss the fleeing Yatagarasu, or shall I? Your claim that you were in the next room was a fib all along, wasn't it? The truth is, you were the one Kay saw in the coat. Pretending to be the Yatagarasu, and you were the one who she chased after. As you tried to lose her, you ran into Mr. Cochin's office and headed for the fireplace. Then, you shed your coat in the next room, leaving it there to emerge as Agent Sheena. After that, you came back around to place Kay under arrest. Does that sound about right? If not, then speak now, or forever hold your peace.
Uh-oh.
How dare you make Kay out to look like the bad guy when you're the suspicious one, pal? Sheena?
Really?
That laugh!
Oh my goodness.
I remember this irritating laugh.
Oh, I'm getting chills down my spine!
It can't be, but it has to be.
Sheena, what's wrong with you?
I'm sorry. It was so funny that I couldn't help but laugh.
Funny, you say?
Yes, that you would accuse me of being the Yatagarasu. The prosecutors of this country really are also very strange. Do you think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off? You think I'm taking things too lightly? I think not. It's that prosecutor who is. Look, everything you said earlier is nothing more than mere speculation. The Yatagarasu fled through that fireplace. Do you have any proof to back up your claim? If you don't, then you haven't proven a thing regarding the Yatagarasu's escape route.
The tone of voice you're taking with me now has certainly changed.
That's because it's been a while since I've had this much fun. I think I'll let loose, and then we can have a real battle of wits.
For an agent of Interpol to show me the true power of her mind, it is a great honor.
Don't underestimate me. I'm not some crazy broad, you know.
I know, and that is why I won't hold anything back either as I answer your question.
My question?
Here is your proof that the revolving fireplace wall in Babal was used recently.
Old boy's testimony.
about him going there.
Yeah.
Where's it?
You was on it.
Is it?
Nope, the other one. Right. Once more. Right. Left. There you go.
All right, that's when he said That's when he said he spilled the ink in the fireplace.
But it wasn't there. Woo!
Take that!
I'm sorry, but is this really your honest answer to my question?
Yes. According to Ambassador Poleno's testimony, he said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Cochin.
Oh?
The ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, so they should have been there. However, when we went to investigate the room, the ashes weren't there.
Why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up.
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, Ambassador Poleno said that he forgot to. And so the question remains, why were the ashes missing? The answer is simple. When the Yatagarasu went through the fireplace wall, the ashes were pushed into the next room by the wall as well. The movement of the ashes that were in Mr. Cochin's office is my proof. And just what's it so funny?
Ashes proof? Are you even allowed to submit such flaky evidence in court? You still wish to fight us? Of course, why wouldn't I?
In that case, let's hear your counter-argument.
My counter-argument, huh? This really is just like being in court.
Well, to me, we're simply continuing from where we left off all those years ago.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It doesn't matter if we're at a crime scene or in court. Let's finish this here and now.
I suppose. I've had a lot of fun today, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all. Shayna's rebuttal. Did we already do?
Let's do it again.
In my eyes, all you proved that, in my eyes, all you proved is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace, now can you? So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation, and we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office.
Mm-hmm.
And there you have it, my counter-argument.
Ugh! That's very impressive. She has seen through the fact that I've yet to gather that one piece of evidence.
What is it, Kay? I haven't heard a peep out of you in quite a while now.
If you don't think if you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest of it. If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest of it to us. But
Kay, pull yourself together. You are the true heir to the Yatagarasu name, are you not?
Hmm?
If you want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes off of it. This chase you're running to catch the truth, you must see it through to the very end.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're right. I will see this through to the end. So, you go get her for me, Mr. Edgeworth?
With pleasure.
Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it?
Sheena! Please, Show me you're someone I can trust.
Don't worry, this will be the deciding match. You'll see.
I'm truly sorry, Agent Lane, but I simply can't allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Agent Sheena. Shall we begin?
I'm ready whenever you are. Rebuttal, Sheena's rebuttal. In my eyes, all you proved is that the rotating fireplace wall was used.
Hold it!
It sounds to me like you're saying my explanation is not good enough.
But I was able to go through the revolving door myself. So that should be proof enough, even for you, pal.
It looks like you don't quite understand. But by your looks, I can guess that you're not all that learned.
Ouch! Talk about rude! You should watch what you say, pal!
Sadly, I can't say I disagree with her on that one.
But you know what I mean, right? You may have proven that the fireplace was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace, now can you?
Hold it!
So you want proof that the Yatagarasu was the one who used the fireplace?
That's right, well. That's right, well. Do you have any?
Ugh!
Can you prove that it wasn't the Yatagarasu who used the fireplace? I don't need to prove anything to you. Oh? Objection!
Hold it!
Okay, if you could please not steal my line.
Sorry, but I just couldn't hold it anymore.
Well, don't fret, and leave her to me. All you have to do is sit back and watch.
You may seem to have some wiggle room. Without any evidence, it's meaningless. So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence.
Hold it!
It's possible that the Yatagarasu left fingerprints inside the fireplace.
Sorry, but I had the forensics team check that already. All they found were prints belonging to Ambassador Paleno and Mr. Cochin.
I should have known better than to think the Yatagarasu would have been so careless. But there must be some sort of evidence that we still have yet to find.
I take it you have no further objections? Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation.
Hold it!
So Interpol has finished examining the entirety of Babal's... So Interpol has finished examining the entire Babalese embassy. That's how he said it.
Yes, the investigators who weren't allowed into Ablaze were incredibly helpful. They all put in great effort to search for any sign of the Yatagarasu.
Objection!
And yet, despite all that effort, it appears that they failed to notice the lack of ash in the office fireplace. Furthermore, you were the one who inspected the room next to Mr. Coach's, correct? I didn't notice the ash there in the fireplace of that room, and for that I am sorry.
You don't need to apologize, Sheena. As your boss, your mistakes were my mistakes. So allow me to apologize for you. I'm sorry.
You know, maybe this guy's not such a bad guy after all.
He apologizes for his subordinate and everything. What a great boss!
Are you saying that I don't do anything for my own subordinates?
Nothing of the sort, sir! You're someone I really respect, sir, even if you are a bit too strict sometimes.
Well, there's only a problem on your end.
Wow, way to be super hard on him in response.
Are really too strict on everyone.
Anyway, Sheena, you didn't find anything in Mr. Cochin's office, right?
That's right. We finished our investigation. And we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Coach's office.
Hold it!
So you really didn't find anything?
Yes, as I said, not one suspicious thing.
Ugh.
Although, as you already know, we did find the Yatagarasu's key and a document detailing the smuggling operation, but we still haven't found the blade that belongs to the Ablaze knife handle yet.
Ha! You see, my subordinates worked hard to investigate everything. So there was nothing else to find, alright?
Wow, Agent Lang really sticks up for his people.
Like Z says, all men are brothers, and friends become family. So you see, my people are my family, and their families are my family too.
A rather large family you have there.
Yes, but as we all know, there's always one black sheep in any family. And though it pains me, Agent Lang, you will know the black sheep in your family.
So, do you actually have any proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace passageway?
No, I don't.
Wait, that's actually what he said.
No, I haven't found any yet.
Then what are we going to do?
There's no need to worry. Because there is a loophole in Miss Interpol agent's argument we can exploit first. The one in charge of the Ablaze investigation was not Agent Lang. Which means that with Agent Sheena in charge, it's possible she may have tampered with the evidence. That piece of evidence that we found. If there's one thing I do know, it is that someone tried to hide it from us.
Okay. We standing.
You can't really use. You can't really.
Nope. Nope.
We already finished our very thorough investigation.
Nope. Did we find something sus in the office?
That ink.
Nope. That's normal. Yeah, but also we found something else.
And no.
Nope. Using the clock.
I forgot what was in the clock. Ah, that wire.
Mm-hmm.
Objection!
Well, you say that you and your agents have finished your thorough investigation. Are you absolutely certain that you didn't overlook anything?
Well, aren't we full of ourselves, standing there insulting Interpol agents?
You'd better not be insinuating that my men are incompetent, Mr. Prosecutor.
I'd never do that. However, it doesn't change the fact that they did overlook something. I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire.
And what exactly is this supposed to mean?
A length of wire? So what about it?
I'll tell you what. We found this in the Ablaze embassy not long ago.
What?
And we found it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Cochin's office.
You found that at the scene of Mr. Coach's murder?
But this wire wasn't all we found. We found one very important thing. Anyway.
There's more?
In Mr. Cochin's office. There were signs that someone had burned counterfeit bills there.
What in the...
Ah!
The evidence was something you found out through that girl's machine, right? So what if it was? That's what I thought. But unfortunately for you, a recreation made by a machine is hardly concrete, evidence, concrete proof. Among the ashes you found in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills?
No.
You see, so there was nothing in that office. Nothing you can call evidence anyway.
Objection!
I'm sorry, but I seem to have given you the wrong impression.
How so?
I don't recall saying that I was presenting evidence of any sort. But rather, I was pointing out that your investigation was incomplete! And that this throws doubt on the purity of your investigation into the Yatagarasu!
You still suspect me, I see. Alright then, I ask that you point out what part of my investigation is incomplete.
The other Interpol agents worked under the command of Agent Sheena. And is it not possible that the reason the person K was chasing chose the 3rd floor was because the person knew there would be no other agents on that floor? Furthermore, we've come to see that Agent Sheena was only pretending to be investigating the Yatagarasu to the point of arresting K. In that case, there is one location that no one has yet to inspect. Your team's investigation was incomplete because they failed to inspect this location.
In room she was in,
Yeah.
she was right here.
Take that!
The location, Agent Sheena, is of course the room you claim to have examined. I believe the room next to Mr. Cochin's office warrants a thorough inspection.
Even if you do that, I doubt you'll find anything of use to you there.
I will be the one to decide that. Detective Gumshoe!
Yes, sir! I'm on it! I'll be right back after I check out that room next to the office!
It's been 5 hours. Where is he? Oh my god, this man takes forever. My beard is itching.
Hey, Mr. Edward! Do you really think that Miss Sheena's the Yatagarasu?
Yes, if my logic is sound, I believe she is.
Then I'm not going to let her get away with ruining the name of the Yatagarasu. But can you prove she's the Yatagarasu is the question.
If Detective Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping he will find, then I should be able to.
And just what are you hoping he'll find?
Let's just say this. I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier.
An experiment? As if that detective has the brains for higher science.
It wasn't that mentally taxing. I had to use the same escape route as the Yatagarasu.
And what did you find out by doing that?
First, that it's possible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that by going through there, his coat was covered in ash and Bobbly's ink.
Who cares what his coat was covered in? It's not worth that much anyway.
But is it really worth so little? I believe that's actually quite a meaningful result, the value of which I'm about to prove.
Mr. Edward, I found some things you really need to see, sir!
Oh? So what are these things that you found?
Some makeup, a coat, and a pair of shoes, sir.
You found the coat? You heard it, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe it's the one the person I was chasing was wearing.
Yes, the possibility does exist. Agent Sheena, were these pieces of evidence not in that room when you examined it?
Unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort. They all belong to me. They weren't getting in the way, so I stored them in that room.
Ah!
Thank you for bringing them to me. It saves me a trip. May I have them back now?
Hold it!
These items that the detective brought back are incredibly significant. I request that we be allowed to examine them.
They're my personal belongings, so you have no right to touch them without my permission.
I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation. But if you wish to deny us access to them, Agent Lang, let's hear your opinion on this.
I say let them look at your stuff, Sheena.
Lang,
Sheena, let's put it all out in the open. If you're really innocent, you have nothing to worry about, right?
I guess so. All right. Go ahead and examine whatever you like. After all, I have nothing to hide.
Good. Now let us begin. So which of Agent Sheena's belongings are you going to examine? Wait, no, let's go shoot.
So which of Agent Sheena's belongings are you going to examine, sir?
What drip does she have on?
The coat. The coat.
Let me see. Let me see.
Makeup too.
Let's examine the coat.
Yes, sir!
It appears you managed to stain your coat rather badly. Agent Sheena. Yatagarasu, that case, was wearing a coat. And I'm beginning to wonder if this stain wasn't created when you went through the fireplace.
No, you have it wrong. The soot probably got on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire.
And what about this dark substance around the hem of your coat?
Oh, I didn't realize that the hem was that dirty. I'm sure it's just some water mixed with soot from when I was helping with the fire. I don't think so. You think you can get away with such a transparent fib?
Yeah! Don't fib to us, pal! This is the same pattern of dirt that got on my coat when I went through the fireplace!
Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know. So unless you can prove that the dirt on my coat is from the fireplace?
Which I can. Oh, wait. Which I can.
How?
You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe.
Huh? Me, sir? What did I do?
This coat. This is exactly the piece of evidence I was searching for. I had been hoping to find a coat that the person K-Saw was wearing. And thanks to you, we proved that going through the fireplace would sully a coat.
I don't quite get what you're saying, but I'm happy for the praise, sir!
All that remains is for us to show that what the dark substance on the coat hem is.
Oh, and you think you can do that?
Of course I can. This is the dark substance that sullied the hem of this coat. The law.
You should the ink.
Yeah.
Take that!
By police ink?
Yes, this is what will prove that the coat went through that fireplace. According to Ambassador Poleno, he burned some files in the fireplace this morning.
You told us about that already, so I don't really see the point in mentioning it again.
My point is that he spilled some ink onto the back wall of the fireplace at that time. If the dark substance on this coat turns out to be Bobbly's ink, it would prove that you and his coat went through the revolving fireplace wall! Sorry to have clipped one of your wings, Yatagarasu, but we're not finished yet.
But you have no way of proving whether or not this is Bobbly's ink on the coat hem.
Oh, but I do, and I intend to show that it is. Oh, but I do.
Did it go to the meat?
I don't know. Oh, but I do. I can't even say it.
Go ahead.
Oh, but I do. And I intend to show that it is ink in a few seconds.
How?
How, you ask? Well, since you don't seem to know, allow me to show you. This is how I will prove that the dark substance on the coat is Bubbly's ink. I'm finna put this junk on, baby. Ooh, that's what's in the coat. Let's go. It should.
Burn the coat?
Yup. We can find out whether that is Bubbly's ink or not by lighting it on fire.
That's how you're going to prove that's Bubbly's ink?
Yes. If you could please cut the section of the dark stained area for me, I'd appreciate it. Because I will show you, here and now, what the dark substance is.
Sheena, sorry to do this, but I'm going to have to cut off a bit of your coat.
Go ahead. I wasn't planning to wear it anymore anyway.
Now then, if someone could loan me a lighter or something.
Oh, I've got some matches. I always carry them with me so I can light smoke bombs.
And if you could please have one, Kay, can we get this experiment underway? If I could please, whatever.
The flame.
It's the same color as the flames wind crystal oil produces, which means...
Bubbly's ink is a product of wit crystal oil. And when lit, the ink produces a green flame. I believe the time has come to clip the Yatagarasu's other wing.
Miss Shayna, you're the fake Yatagarasu. The one who killed my father.
It's about time you came clean, Agent Sheena. Or should I say... Callisto, you!
Why I say it like that?
Hey!
You get your voices mixed up.
Oh, God.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, you're not serious, are you?
Do I look like the joking type to you?
Ha! Callisto, you? I've never heard that name before in my life. That manner of speaking and that attitude, you haven't changed a bit in 7 years.
You're the defense attorney that killed Mr. Faraday, and then tried to frame me for it!
Oh, really? And you have proof? You insist that I am this Callisto you? Woman, but you can't prove it? If you have no proof, then I'm afraid you won't be able to lay a single finger on me.
The raven is a very unique bird, one that flies by the darkness of night. However, the light of dawn has arrived, and it will reveal your true ugly form to the world!
Enough poultry. I want to see some evidence. Do you really have some... Do you really have something that can prove that she is Callisto you?
I do. It's something that the second Yatagarasu has preserved for us these last 7 years.
Do me the honor, Mr. Edgeworth.
I will, Kay, for we have finally come to the end. We'll prove her to be Callisto you with this, and clip this Yatagarasu's wings for good.
The perfume.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a little stuff, y'all.
You know, little stuff. Ooh.
Take that!
This perfume. This will prove you to be Callisto you.
It will?
Kay has preserved it perfectly for us. Surely you remember this bottle. This belonged to Miss Yu just before she disappeared 7 years ago. Naturally, this means that a few of her fingerprints are on here as well.
This is the bottle of perfume you spilled, which I have preserved ever since. I heard from my father, Faraday, that if stored under the right conditions, a fingerprint can be preserved for decades. Which means that your fingerprints are still on here, every last one.
We can clear everything up if we were to compare the prints on this to your own. Now come, Agent Sheena. Will you submit yourself to a fingerprint test?
Aha.
Huh?
Good Jesus, she's gone insane.
It looks like you've seen right through me yet again. Aha, you're sending the biggest chill down my spine, Edgeworth.
Callisto, you!
So you've shown your face at last. This feeling of thrill is even greater than that time 7 years ago.
Sheena, you're...
Lang, I really enjoyed our days together. You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted idiot of a man.
So you were a spy all along? A mole sent by the smuggling ring I've been chasing after? Someone who has been feeding them intel on Interpol all this time?
Very good. Maybe you're not as big as an idiot as I thought. Callisto, you, the woman who killed my father 7 years ago? You're her, aren't you? The fake Yatagarasu? That's right, Callisto, you. That's just one of my many names. But even that is just a facade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the great thief Yatagarasu.
Callisto, you. This time you won't escape, for this is the end of the road for you. Now come along quietly.
No, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me, Kate Faraday. And had you not used the Yatagarasu's gadgets, I might have never known who you were. But here you are, being a thorn in my side, just like your father always was.
Hey, don't!
I'll never forgive you for what you did to my father. You really are just like him. Mr. Faraday, too, possessed such laughable honesty. Ooh.
Kay!
Wait, now let's say again.
Kay! Ah! You can't go right now, pal!
You despicable. Let go of me, you filthy up. You think I'm a fake, don't you? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm the real Yatagarasu. But that's impossible. My father was the one who created Little Thief. Hey, Edgeworth. The Yatagarasu has 3 legs. Do you know why that is?
Why it has 3 legs? There are 3 main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be one step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. No, it can't be!
Did you finally figure it out? Did you finally know the real identity of the Yatagarasu?
The real identity of the Yatagarasu is...
Neither person?
Yep.
The real identity of the Yatagarasu is neither Burn Faraday nor Callisto U. But by the same token, they are also both the real Yatagarasu.
Haha, how very perceptible of you. No way!
The single person known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu never existed.
Mr. Edgeworth! I refuse to believe this.
the Yatagarasu is known to have 3 special skills. Skill number 1. The Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. And the lawyer would have the opportunity to learn the layout of client corporations. Skill number 2. The Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. And the good prosecutor would be well versed in the ways of a criminal. And skill... Oh wait, no. And skill number 3.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah. Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind. Ever.
Uh-oh.
Detective Bard! It was only natural for the Yatagarasu to never leave evidence behind. Because the lead detective on the case hid it all away. You're the 3rd member of the Yatagarasu? You. I've been looking for you for a long time. 7 long years. But I finally got you.
Why, Mr. Bad, long time no see. What happened to us? We used to be such a great team. If you were such a great team, then why did you kill my father 7 years ago? Well, indeed. Why, indeed. It was nothing personal, really. He was just another person I had to kill. How can you say that? I grow weary of this, and it's about time for everything to come to an end. And this time, I won't miss.
Stop! Wait, no. Stop! You... Kay!
Uh-oh.
It's over, Sheena.
What? Your leg! Your leg!
Agent Lang! You idiot! What were you thinking? Jumping in front of my gun like that? What are you risking your life for? I'm sorry, Detective Bat, but no matter what sort of past she may have had, or even if she is a spy, it doesn't change the fact that she is my subordinate. And as long as she is, I can't allow any harm to come to her, not even from you.
You really are an idiot, you know that?
That's fine with me. You should know by now that that's just how I am. Hey, sis.
Yes?
I want you to conduct a full body search. Sheena might have another weapon on her.
All right. Detective Gumshoe, your assistance, please? Detective Gumshoe, your assistance, please?
Sir! Hey! I found something! What is this, sir? It looks like the blade of a knife, but it doesn't have a handle.
This is a great find, Detective.
Huh? It is, sir?
Let's try pairing up this blade with this handle. Yeah.
Take that!
I believe this blade actually belongs with the handle that was on the murder weapon.
Hey! They fit together perfectly!
This blade must have been taken from the crime scene when the knife handles were switched.
I'm gonna go return this Baba Lee's knife now!
Alright, I trust that you'll make sure that it's returned to Ambassador Peleno.
Papa Lee's knife handle, give it to Detective Gumshoe.
I believe this makes it perfectly I believe this makes it perfectly clear who did it. Callisto or you? For the only time the handles could have been switched is just after Mr. Cochin's murder.
Uh-huh.
Which means that you must be Mr. Cochin's killer. You killed Mr. Cochin with the alabaster knife. switched the handles, and then took the original blade of the Ablaze knife with you. Later, you allowed yourself to be spotted by Kay near the open air stage. You used the fireplace to lose her, and then you went back to accuse her of the murder. Does that about sum it up?
Objection.
You craft an engaging tale, Edgeworth, but there are two problems with it.
Problems? In what respect?
What do you think my real reason was in allowing her to chase after me? It was all so I could capture Kay Faraday. What? When I saw you using that device of Gatewater land, I knew right away that you were Burn Faraday's daughter. I became curious, so I researched a little into your background. That's how I found out that you were on the trail of the Yatagarasu. So that's why you tried to pin Mr. Coach's murder on me? Yes, I knew you would show up at the embassy tonight. So I thought to use you, but pinning the murder on you wasn't my only goal. You had another? Yes. Once I had you under arrest, I had planned to search you and take back the evidence and take back the device that rightfully belongs to me, the true Yatagarasu. You are going to take little thief away from me? 7 years ago, it was thanks to that device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he stole more than he should have. I had a tough time recovering the precious key.
And then the person who stole the Yatagarasu's key was Mr. Faraday? You. That incident 7 years ago. What was the catalyst behind it?
In the eyes of the smuggling ring, the Yatagarasu was becoming a bit of a problem. It wasn't an especially pleasant assignment.
And why? Why did you become a member of the Yatagarasu?
Why? There is no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning.
From the beginning? What is that supposed to mean?
The person I take orders from hasn't changed, even now to this day.
Does this mean that the leader of the smuggling ring wasn't Mr. Cochin? And the real ringleader is... Then the real ringleader is still out there pulling the strings!
Are you done asking what you need to know? Because if so, we should probably get going. And you're going to tell me everything you did tonight. Do you understand, Sheena?
I guess I should tell you then that I was the one who set the Ablaze embassy on fire.
And why did you do that?
I suppose it was to destroy all evidence of the counterfeit bills.
That was what the smuggling ring was trying to do. But then, why start two fires?
Sorry, but I can't tell you anything about the ring. It's your job to complete your investigation after all. I've had my fun. Now it's your turn to enjoy the ride. Wait! Yay! I mean, Miss Sheena! You. Yes? When I fell to the floor earlier, these fell at my feet. What about them? They're such pretty hair sticks that I thought, well, that I should return them to you. Haha, you can have them. They're of no use to me anymore. If you don't want them, you can always just throw them away. No, I want to keep them. Suit yourself. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot Edgeworth. About the second problem I had with your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight.
What?
I'm not saying that as a sore loser. Think of it as a hint, if you will.
Mr. Prosecutor!
Yes, Agent Lang?
Mark my words, I'm not done here, and I'll be back! And it's got nothing to do with duty or anything, because this has become my personal case. I may have been shot, but I'll show you just how dangerous a wounded wolf can be!
His anger appears to have negated the sensation of pain in his injured leg.
Yeah, we
We sure?
Anyway.
It's finally over, Kay.
I feel like I peered into her heart a little, you know? And it's so cold and dark and incredibly lonely. The person who was giving her all these commands? The one who thought my father was a problem to be removed?
That person is the real ringleader behind the smuggling ring.
Mr. Edgeworth, I have a favor to ask. Can you hold on to these hair sticks for me? They're really pretty, just like the ones they were selling for the Gem and Ninja show. But until this case is over, I don't think I can look at them without being overcome.
I understand. I'll take good care of them for you. There's a bit of soil stuck on the ends of these sticks.
Her sticks data jotted down in my organizer. Her sticks with a candy stripe pattern on them. There is some dirt on the tips.
Oh, I guess it's that time already, huh?
So it's midnight, the dawn of another day.
Hey, Pops! Thanks a bunch! You've really done a lot for everyone all these years!
Detective Bad, don't tell me today is the day.
Yeah, it is. With this, I can retire in peace. It was down to the wire, and we almost didn't make it. But we did it. We solved everything.
But that's just it. We haven't solved everything yet. The ringleader of the smuggling ring, you, the Yatagarasu, were chasing after.
The legend of that Yatagarasu is now over. Mr. Edgeworth, that bit of logic earlier, it was brilliant. I feel like I can leave it all in your hands. I'm counting on you.
Is it really true, Uncle Bat? Were you also a part of the Yatagarasu?
As I said to you earlier, Kay, I'm truly sorry. I wanted nothing but a peaceful life for you.
Uncle Bat!
Hey, don't take it too seriously. It's all just one big joke, right?
Unfortunately, it's not.
Oh, come on, sir! She's just yanking on my chain, isn't she, Mr. Edgeworth?
Detective Bad. Wait, no, you are no longer a detective. Mr. Bad, I'd like to ask you about the Yatagarasu.
Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Edgeworth, here, I should give these back to you.
These are the pages from my KGA case files that the Yatagarasu stole from my office!
Huh? What? What? Mr. Edgeworth, I must apologize for last night.
So the Yatagarasu who stole into my room was you, was it?
Wait, and that means... What? Tell me it's not true! That's too insane for me to believe, sir! It's true, even if it's not something you want to hear. The KG8 incident, it was a very emotionally trying case. We stood in that courtroom, Faraday as the prosecutor, and I as the lead detective. Faraday had evidence in his possession that would prove the defendant guilty. However, because it was stolen, the defendant was found innocent. You was the elder sister of the victim in the case. When the defendant was pronounced not guilty, she let out a great wail. That's when we realized that there was a limit to what the law could do. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time. That's how we formed the Yatagarasu and vowed to bring light any dirty dealings companies had with the ring.
To lie. Whatever.
Like he had only one hole in his coat that time.
Yo, I only
Got shot once right here. Including companies that dealt with the Omno Group.
Mr. Omino's conglomerate?
We called ourselves the Yatagarasu, flexed our collective muscle. We exposed all sorts of shady dealings as a warning to the business world as a whole. By doing that, we were able to stop the higher-ups from covering things up. And then, it was finally time. We had finally arrived at the moment when we'd find out the ringleader's true identity. It was then that you literally stabbed us in the heart. And Faraday, he died for it.
But why? Was she the sister of the victim in the KGA incident?
After Faraday's death, I looked into her past. And that's when I found out she was a phony. The victim of the KG8 incident, CZU. She never had a sister.
What? And that means...
Sheena wasn't the only fake name she used. Callisto U was also another pseudonym. From the very beginning, that woman was a spy sent by the smuggling ring.
She said it herself. It was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning.
Anyway, let's return to the real topic at hand. Mr. Edgeworth, this trump card that we stuck into this page of the case file. Please, use it wisely.
Trump card?
That photo that we stuck on there, try peeling it off. Behind it, slumbers a piece of evidence that Faraday hid away all those years ago.
It's the mark of the Yatagarasu. But why?
This is a directives card from the big boss. Take a look at the back. This was something Cochin had on him at the time of the KG8 incident, 10 years ago. That blood is from the victim of the incident, Miss CCU.
But why's the cord adorned with the mark of the Yatagarasu?
The reason why we called ourselves the Yatagarasu was because of the three-legged raven mark that the smuggling ring's boss used. Apparently, orders from the boss would come on these cords without fail. The person who received the order was supposed to burn it immediately after reading it. And apparently, it burns a bright green flame when set ablaze.
So you mean the cords were written in Ablaze ink?
The fact that the cord that Cochin was sent made it into Faraday's hand at all is nothing short of a miracle. We decided that whenever we stole anything, we would send a card along with it to the police.
So that's what those white cards are!
The great thief that used the mark that only those within the ring would know. It was our message to the ringleader. We were only a few steps behind.
Trump card data jotted down in my organizer. Evidence from KG8 card containing orders from boss of smuggling ring to Cochin.
And one more thing, Detective Gumshoe. I'm entrusting this to you.
I don't want that, bro. It's nasty. Oh, you mean this? What is this, sir?
This is what I was talking about earlier. During the KG8 incident trial, Faraday had this in his possession. This important definitive piece of evidence.
But I thought it was stolen. How did you have it?
The person who stole it from us 10 years ago was a man by the name of Ernest Amino. And he had it locked and hidden away for all this time. But we forced him to tell us where it was finally, after the other day's kidnapping case.
Videotape data jotted down in my organizer, evidence from KG8. Faraday had obtained it once, but Ernest Amano had stolen it. Had it stolen.
This video!
What? Don't come any closer! I'm warning you!
This is the same video as the one Mr. Portsman was trying to conceal from me.
Yeah, it would seem that even he was caught up in the ring's web. Amino was preparing to take on the boss someday. The video was his insurance. That's where that prosecutor comes in. He was to retrieve the video. On top of that, he was apparently instructed to sneak into your office and steal the trump card. You saw it for yourself, Rod. The cord that told him to preserve the evidence.
And that cord was not the calling cord of the Yatagarasu, but rather a directives cord from the ringleader to Mr. Portsman.
The two pieces together make for a strong weapon for whoever holds them.
The evidence Mr. Portsman thought to withhold from me, and the one that you stole from my office last night. Both pieces are illegal, and for me to use either one is... Whether you use them or not, it's up to you. But they will be of help to you when you take on someone who is above the law. Is the boss one of those who cannot be brought to court that Mr. Faraday spoke of? Detective Bad, there is no limit to the law, for it is the people who determine the limits to them. You still insist that, even now, you really are something else. I'll leave the rest in your hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, the handcuffs. It's time to lock up the last remaining member of the Yatagarasu. Pops! Don't ever lose your detective spirit.
Pops! Why is this happening? This isn't justice!
Like I always told you, do not get emotionally involved. Now, let's go.
Yes, sir!
You didn't have on handcuffs.
You go to walk out, then put them on. Is this really the end of a legend? To be continued.
Yep, that's the last good part of the case. I just want you to know that. It's all down here from here.
All down here, huh?
What y'all think about that? That was good.
Did you expect her to be Callisto you?
I did not
I could
expect
tell
her.
because like they had a similar build.
You think so?
Yeah.
I just thought it was another lady.
Like after the case, the flashback case, and I saw her smile like that, I was like, yep, it's her.
Well, that was surprising. What y'all think about it, chat and whoever else that's watching? But yeah, that was a surprise to me. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, hour and 41 minutes. It was a little long, but I appreciate you all for watching and chatting. Game Queen 81, Yeety, Dave, everyone else that's watching. I appreciate you all for watching. Guess I'll let you all go ahead with your Friday night. And yeah, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I'd appreciate if you go ahead and subscribe. Also, if you don't mind hitting that like button for me. I will talk to you all on the next one. You all take care.